All right. Well, we'll go ahead and just get started. Kirsten, if you can keep an eye on the waiting room and admit anybody else that comes in, but we've got a lot to get through, so let's just jump right in. Welcome all to our Success North Dallas Young Executives monthly Lunch and Learn. We're really excited today to have Colin Risen with us. Thank you, Colin. So I want to do just a quick intro. Like I said, we have a lot to talk about. So Colin Risen is the Director of Strength and Conditioning and Facility Operator of the Body District Gym here in Addison. I say here because I'm in Addison too. But Colin is an educated professional in the field of health and wellness. And yeah, we have a big program to go through today, including Colin's presentation. We're going to do some trivia, which will be a lot of fun. And then we're also going to do some Q&A at the end, because obviously there's probably going to be some questions. I mean, we all care about health, our own wellness. So I think we're all going to be marinating on that throughout the conversation. So if at any point you have questions you would like for Colin to answer at the end, please send me a private chat so I can try and just keep those all in one place, and then we'll approach them during the Q&A section. So without further ado, let me go ahead and I am going to share my screen with you guys.
Thank you all very much for coming. This was, I'm super excited to be a part of this first and foremost, just because I know that the last 18 months, we've never experienced anything like this as a community, as a planet, let's put it that way, at least for any of our lifetimes. And that leaves us with a lot of questions that truthfully, majority of people do not have the answer to. And because of the position that I'm in, the people that I've put myself around and I've been trying to learn from over the last, let's say 10 years, I've learned that there is a plethora of valuable information that I can relate to you all that doesn't just have to do with working out, but truly focusing on being the best version of ourselves. So the way that we're going to learn how to do that is understanding why it's important to start small with your goals, because that formula eventually will lead to you winning large wins. And the 3 pillars of winning big, those are going to be fulfillment, and that comes from the goals that you set and the actions that you partake in day to day. The second part of that is going to be your accountability partners, the people that you keep around you, whether you consciously consider them partners or not, your surrounding circle, and the people that you make sure are helping you or realizing that they're not, and kind of pushing those people to the side out of love. And then consistency in everything that we do, whether that is talking to a professional, gaining an understanding of what we're doing on a day-to-day, or if it's going through blazing workouts 7 days a week and making sure that my recovery is 10 times as focused on. None of us are going to have the same journey, but it is very important that we do understand that these 3 things will actually lead us to a successful system. And that's the final thing that we'll discuss, is what a 12-week system typically would look like for me and my clients, and kind of what I would say the easiest following fashion form, because a lot of times trainers and coaches tend to we tend to try to change too many things about what it is that our client is actually doing in the moment. And that's not exactly the approach that I would like to take. I'd like to be a little bit more pragmatic and show you exactly how you can alter the things that you do day to day very, very minimally, so that you can, again, feel good about the things that you're doing. So this represents not only what we're going to do as an individual, but as a community, how we can truly build ourselves up so that we can continue to build up the people around us. And next slide, there we go. Cool. So we know that we all want the best results, and sometimes the best results are presented to us in ways that may seem unachievable. And so that's really what this is about, is understanding how we can apply these small wins to these large wins. And really, making the bed, brushing your teeth, these things that all of the most successful people talk about that they make sure they do. And it's not because these things are adding up to the large wins, but whenever you create that consistency in the very, very small things that you do day to day, you start to get an understanding of how that makes your life more fluid, how that actually adds into your comfort, and not necessarily comfort and satisfaction, but comfort in fulfillment of the things that you are doing every day. And that's a completely different situation. So throughout this, we're going to address fulfillment versus satisfaction, and why chasing fulfillment actually will have you feeling every day like you are thriving, and you will appreciate the steps of the journey versus focusing so much on the reward that is to come. Fulfillment, I really believe that this is a word that needs to be in everyone's vocabulary that's in very few people's vocabulary right now. I've learned this from a lot of people in the business world, high-level business world, a lot of reading and listening to people that talk about fulfillment versus satisfaction. And the 3 simple steps to preparing your fulfilling goals, you have to make them easy. If you have a goal that seems unachievable, you will wake up believing that goal is unachievable. And that's never going to be, it's never going to be an appropriate approach to a health system. We've got to understand that this is so much more than just, I want this, I'm going to go get this. This is something that has to do with you as a whole, the things that you want out of your life and the things that you want for the people that you pour yourself into, because without knowing that you are chasing that fulfillment, and I don't want to say chasing, but you're moving towards those fulfilling instances, steps, gratification, rewards, whatever it may be, let them be fulfilling. And then as you know that, you'll be grateful for each step that you take along that way. You will, and every one of us will, you will lose at some point in one of these small wins. You will take a loss and you'll have to write an L. I have a system that I use. It's called my power play or my power list. I list 5 things that I have to do every day that are very small wins. So for instance, make the bed, take the dogs out in the morning, brush my teeth, make sure I eat breakfast, and my final one is stand up and sit down more than 50 times. All right, and so I've created these because I know that these are things that I can do that also will help me, that are not going to be too strenuous, and they're not going to put too much stress on me physically or mentally. And now that I know those, if I do take an L on one of those, I'm okay doing it once every 20 steps, because I do know that as a whole, these small wins are going to lead to me winning big. Now, creating a plan of attack for the moments when you feel down is probably the most important. And that's also where accountability partners come into play, because if your friend group, if your people around you are pouring into you just as you're pouring into yourself, so that you can pour into the things that you love and the things that will fulfill you, you will have a more consistent positive response to these quote unquote losses. So accountability partners, the 3 things you want to make sure that your accountability partners are: trustworthy, number 1, accessible, number 2, and the most important to me personally is make sure that they are actually invested and not just interested. Again, we're looking at a little bit of wordplay here when we talk about satisfaction versus fulfillment, invested versus interested. A lot of people pull up stocks and they're interested. There are some other people who pull up stocks and are invested. Look at yourself like a stock market. Would you want someone that's interested and will spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes looking at you because of colors? Or would you like somebody that truly is going to take the time to say, I can see what I can do for this individual in this moment, even though it may not be necessarily benefiting me the most, I appreciate that. And that is someone who is invested in you. And a cornerstone in everything that I do right now is invest in you. There's nothing more important than showing the people around you that, 1, you're investing in yourself, because that shows that you're you're serious about what you do. And anyone that interacts with you, whether it's in health and nutrition, at work, school, whatever it may be, if they know you're invested in you, they will either invest in you or they will not take the time to waste your time. And that is very, very important. So what's going on, Jeff? So consistency is more important than the changes, as we addressed just a second ago. It is going to get tough for you to continue just because we're changing a lot of different things about what we do day to day. And again, everyone's journey is different. Speaking from a personal approach, I've never had an easy transition into, really anything. I've had to sit down and take the time, understand exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that's the hard part, is really taking the time to say, here's my why. And now each step following that, I'm completely okay with the result of it, because I know why the process is the process. The system is written out exactly how I need it to be. I'm not following something that someone put in front of me for $1. I'm not following any of that. I'm trusting the system that I put in place to make myself the best version of myself. So here's what a 12-week system may look like for a client of mine. I won't even say client, just someone that would ask me for advice. Immediately, my first recommendation is, in whatever aspect we're going to discuss, I recommend you hire a professional, because in this day and age, there's a lot of information that's out there and that's being put out as professional information. But until you truly get with someone who has expertise in that field, you won't know down to the individual how correct and applicable that system and information is. And that's why the system being easy to follow is very important, because a professional, for instance, a registered dietitian, would be able to actually show you, this is what your blood looks like. These are the proteins that you're lacking, the minerals, the vitamins, and all of those different things, and tell you exactly what foods those can come from, right? As a personal trainer, I'm able to guide you in a way that can tell you, these are good things for the masses. I'm not able to get to the professional level of conversation, just because there is a bridge in the industry that you have to respect whenever you're providing someone with literally a prescription to improving their life. And so again, week 1, we set our goals, figure out if you need to get with the professional. If you do, we hire a professional. After that, weeks 3 and 4, we're going to assess the growth and the mental fitness development. And so when I say mental fitness, what I mean is how you feel about those fulfilling actions, right? So it's not so much about, do I wake up and am I stronger when I wake up mentally? Do I wake up happier? Of course we want to wake up happier, but it's more so about, do I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing? Because to be completely honest, Jeff and I were actually talking about this today, and it's amazing. We don't work out as athletes for the workout. It's not about the way that we feel while we feel it. It's about what is to come after that for a long period of time. And when you understand that, the mental fitness side of that, you can start to take those small wins very seriously. And I mean, even for me, wiping down toilets is a small win that I have to do every day here at the gym to fulfill myself. And as we talked about rewards, we don't want those to be satisfying. So how do you find a fulfilling reward? Well, start talking about love languages. Start thinking about your 5 core values, the things that really, really matter to you, no matter what person you're interacting with. So for me, my 5 core values are family, freedom, loyalty, love, and respect. And if the things that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis are helping me put the people and the things that I do and love in a better position surrounding those 5 core values, at the end of it, to be completely honest, that is my reward. And that doesn't have to be your reward, but that is fulfilling to me to know that I'm doing things that are going to put my family in a financially and institutionally better situation. We're going to be free from all of the chains and blocks that we've been fighting for and fighting through. And I'm going to remain loyal to not only myself, but to everybody that remains loyal to me. And I'm always going to operate out of love and respect. And so as I've learned these things and I operate like this day to day, it's very clear that not only am I achieving my goals at a much quicker and more apparent pace, but I'm helping the other people around me at an even quicker and stronger pace as well. And I want you all to take that and really take those 5 core values seriously, because that's going to be your true guide to what is fulfilling in your life. And these are not guesses. I'm pretty please write these down, save them, put them everywhere, because when you see them every day, it will change your life. After weeks 5 and 6, I like to about get a halfway point, and I don't like the month because the month is a very set time. But the week 5 and 6, we'll go through, okay, what has the growth been? Again, we're going to assess the cognitive, physical assessments, integrate new methods of innovation, intensity, and that could be in reps, that could be in sets of an exercise, that could be in adding more vegetables, that could be in a lot of things. So again, all of this is going to be completely determined by exactly what your set goals are. Once we get to week 11 and 12, your body has gone through a change. Your mind has gone through a change. We've increased our positive habits. We've taken away some of our negative habits, and we've truly come into ourselves and we've truly come into knowing exactly what it is that we are searching for in that fulfilling aspect versus these satisfying rewards that we're so used to chasing after right now. And this is very true. It is scary going up to someone that is going to tell you that you're inevitably doing something wrong. I know this. I've approached many professionals over the last 18 months as a personal trainer, as a gym operator, as just a human, and wanting to know more, because for me, the value that I provide my clients is not in how many sets and reps of an exercise I tell you to do, but it's in why we're doing it. It's in how the foods that you're going to eat come down and play a huge part in not just how you feel during that workout, but how you're going to perform during the workout, how you're going to recover after the workout, how you're actually going to be thinking before you get into the workout. And not many of us think of foods in those ways, but I promise that you don't have to go get with a registered dietitian right now, but I would advise strongly that you start to look at a lot of the professionals whenever you're scrolling social media and things like that, the registered dietitians and nutritionists, because they're putting out a lot of information right now, especially through COVID, that we really need so that we can understand what these nutrient densities are and different things like that, that truly do help prevent illness and keep us performing at an optimal level, not as an athlete or anything like that. But again, let's look at the basic as a human being. And I will touch on that last point there that I didn't mention, but thriving is, this is something that that I have on my board, and I put a different picture on Thrive every day so that I know exactly what it is that I'm going to do that day, because again, these things change. And lately, thriving for me has been getting with a dietitian, and personally, it's because they're great accountability partners. They have allowed me to step into an arena where I actually know exactly what's going into my body. Not on a food word level, but minerals, vitamins, these things are super important. And whenever you start to understand that the little things like that, vitamins, macronutrients, micronutrients, don't get scared of the scientific wording and all of that. Just be appreciative that someone is telling you this in order to break it down for you. They don't want you to be discouraged. They really want to work with you and help you understand exactly what these things are. And a lot of them will give free consultations, 15, 30-minute consultations, where they're literally going to teach you about the ways you don't have to change everything in your life, but the little things that you can implement day to day. I mean, they are professionals in that aspect for a reason, and they've helped me thrive. I mean, I work 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm up at 4 a.m. just about every day. And for me to say that my nutrition does not play a part in me even being able to stay awake for that long of a duration is, it would be doing a disservice to everyone here, because that is a big part of why I'm able to do what I'm able to do. And so now let's kind of transition a little bit into, can I thrive a little bit? Is that possible? Is it worth it to even try a little bit? It's absolutely worth it. Anything that you believe is going to assist you, if you question it, do it. I truly believe in that. Make a decision. As humans, we are vessels of infinite decisions, right? I believe that was James Allen or Deepak Chopra. And as a vessel of infinite decisions, each small decision, each small win is going to lead to a great visual at the end of it, right? At the end of the tunnel, that light is going to shine bright. So those 20 minutes, those 15-minute workouts, those are very important. And I would also say that you would likely need to get with a professional if you want to maximize a 15-minute workout. There are coaches who will help you in this area. Again, these are very important small wins, because as you get into these 15-minute, 20-minute workouts, you start to realize, I can do more. Okay, I can do more. It doesn't have to be that you should, but you can. And the more that you realize you can, the more you will. Even if it's subconsciously, you may go through a 30-minute workout thinking it was 15 minutes. Now you've approached a completely different mental setting, and that's what we're chasing. We're trying to break these mental barriers, and making sure that we love the process is very important. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time in your day, take those 2 or 3 15-minute sessions, very seriously. But enjoy it, enjoy it. Take it serious in that you're helping yourself, and take it serious in the fact that you also want to enjoy it. So I would suggest, searching for different kinds of coaches, checking for different styles of workout, whether it's a high intensity workout, or are you a yoga lover and things like that, and really incorporating those in your day-to-day, because again, this is all about consistency, and progress will follow. Oh, one of my favorites. As a football player, I was taught that I needed as many calories as I could get, and get them anywhere. So you could imagine I was eating McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. I was eating big burritos for lunch, and then following that with a big plate of pasta. And, I have all of this inflammation. My body is so sore. I wake up sore every day. Yeah, I play football, but I just don't feel like it should be that way still. Well, it's because the diet, it was very poor. My eating habits were terrible. I was drinking, a gallon of chocolate milk every day. And it's not to say that any one of these items I was eating was detrimental to me being well, but the focus that, because I worked out so hard and so long and for so many days a week, played football games, I could just eat whatever I want. I could drink whatever I want. And that's just unfortunately not true. The more unfortunate part about that is it's easy to get under that impression, because the dangerous fats are not the physical fats that we see. The dangerous fats are the fats that sit in our organs, sit around our organs, that make it hard for our body to operate again as a human being. These things are very, very important that we make sure we address. You don't have to change your entire life right now, nor do you have to do it this year, next year. But just understanding the different kinds of fats, the fatty areas, and the foods that may be progressing these things, we want to stop that, and we want to pull those things out. And again, that's why it's really important to get with a professional. I know You know, we don't like being told what really is happening inside of our body, because some of these things can freak us out, right? It freaks me out sometimes when I think about blood work. And it's really important to know what we're doing, why we're putting what we're putting into our bodies. So again, you really ought to gain an understanding of what foods you need. And then in terms of exercise training, that is going to be completely dependent upon how you want to feel. Never let someone tell you you need to train a certain way to look a certain way ever again. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm cool with it. But as who I am, I'm suggesting that from this moment on, we focus on how we want to feel, because I promise when I feel great, I also feel like I look great. I might not look, you know, the best, but I truly do feel like when I feel great, I walk around different. I speak to people differently. My relationships are stronger, and that looks good to me. Most effective home training methods: everything and nothing. So diversity in exercise is going to be one thing that I preach to everyone, not just clients, not members, literally to everyone. Whether you're a runner and you never go to a gym, I definitely suggest getting into different sceneries and running in different places. This actually goes to another point that I wanted to make today, and it's proven scientifically that when we get out of the constructed patterns that we have. So for instance, if I pick up a drink with my right hand every day, it's beneficial for me to pick that up with the left sometimes, very purposefully, because what we do is we get our brain out of this autopilot mode. Just because I go run 9 miles at White Rock Lake on Wednesday, every Wednesday, I may not necessarily get the same thing out of that experience week to week, because I was also strengthening my mental as I did that the first few times. So change up something small. Park at a different spot whenever you go for your runs. Things like that are going to help you kind of regain focus in the fact that you're working towards something versus going through something. And so again, that's where the focus comes into play, and what our bodies need, whether we're runners, athletes, 9-to-5ers, weekend warriors, weekend sit-at-homers. It doesn't matter what we are, who we are, our bodies have to move. We have to wake these muscles up. Otherwise, we wake up with our muscle asking us what it's supposed to do. And that's when you have these, you know, scapular pinches in your traps and in your back, and your lower back is really sore, but you're not sure why, because you've just been sitting at the desk for however many months. Why would my lower back be sore? Well, that's, you know, exactly the reason. It's because it hasn't been told to be used. It's just been there as a support system. And so we've got to learn to awaken these muscles and understand that that doesn't always mean go through a 2-hour-long workout with a crazy coach. It doesn't always mean do 150 push-ups. I mean, it could literally be wake up, 10 minutes of just moving every limb, just being conscious about the fact that I'm moving my fingers, squeezing my hands, flex my wrists, my biceps. I feel my shoulders, my chest, legs, everything, anything and everything, making sure that we awaken these muscles so that when we do get to a professional, which again, I require all of my people to do, but I advise you all to do, you're able to actually give them the proper information instead of getting to the professional and then sitting with them for 30 minutes thinking about, I'm not sure what hurts. Then they ask the questions, okay, you know, well, do you wake up feeling this? Do you go to sleep feeling this? You want to start to understand those things on your own, because it's going to make for a much more efficient system once you do set that up. Diets and lifestyles are not the same thing, but they're the same thing. So which is the best? I actually really do like this whole 30 idea, right? So I'm never going to tell someone to be vegan. I'm never going to tell someone to be keto. One, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to prescribe you your foods. I'm not a registered dietitian. I did not go to school for 8 years to tell you exactly what you need to eat. I went to school for other things, and I learned other things that are going to help you when you do know exactly what you need to be eating, drinking, and all of the above. So there is no best diet. There is no best eating life. It completely comes down to the individual. So the main idea here is to present yourself with an organized thought process that lets you know that you don't have to feel bad about the things that you put in your body day to day. So again, we're chasing small wins. We're chasing the fact that, okay, I'm going to feel good about, yeah, I had my bagel this morning, but I know that I should have had it. There may be things after that that come next that change a little bit, but these people are going to work with you and help you understand that, again, this is a lifestyle change. It's not necessarily a diet. Diets fade away. We're not looking for satisfaction. We're looking for fulfillment. And as you fulfill your body's needs nutritionally, I absolutely guarantee you the rest of your life will follow suit. And so this here is a document that the registered dietitian that I work with uses, and we send this to all of our clients. And I just wanted to show you all kind of a map of what a true dietitian professional would present to you in a moment of, hey, let's start talking, let's work together. This is actually a part of the Rapid Refine e-course that we do offer at a discounted rate for our clients and members, but they have it on their page. I don't know if anyone wants to go check that out. Again, I'm never going to tell you come to me for dietary or nutrition advice. Always going to outsource you to a professional who truly can help you, and then I will work with someone off of that information. So if you want to check out Power Portions, I highly suggest you do so. It's just Power Portions. They've got a lot of stuff online, but this is something that I use every single day. 6 tips to starting the health journey. It reminds me to let everyone know that, you know, we're focusing on the small wins. It's all about our accountability partners, making sure that we trust the system, we trust the people around us, the process, and we keep going, we stay consistent. And these 6 points have actually made a big difference in just the last 21 days with not only myself, but my clients, in understanding that it's all about the thought. It's all about the thought process. And whenever we sit down and we say, okay, boom, what is it going to be that I put into my body today? X, Y, and Z. How do I feel about it? Maybe I don't feel so good. Let me take a step back and remember why I'm doing it though. I feel a lot better. Okay. And so these kinds of systems are extremely important. And again, getting with a professional who can help break something like this down for you, and you as an individual, is only going to help you in those, whether it's a 15-minute workout or whether it's 8 one-hour sessions with a professional trainer. These kinds of things are very important. So again, check these out. Power Portions, P-O-W-E-R Portions, P-O-R-T-I-O-N-S. There's nothing special there. Check them out on Instagram. You can go to their website and you can actually purchase all of this stuff on their website if you would like to. This is honestly a shameless plug. I'm not trying to promote their business in that sense. I'm just telling you someone that has helped me, professional fighters, professional athletes out for years and years. And I really would love to get this wellness information to the general public. Now for some fun.
Now for some fun.
Well, I mean, that was fun for me. I don't know if that was fun for y'all, but that was cool.
That was awesome, Colin. You are amazing.
Thank you so
I feel
much.
motivated. I feel good.
That's what we're here for.
Well, everyone, we wanted to go ahead and do some trivia. We have a amazing prize that was actually given over by Colin for the winner of this trivia. He's basically got a full access setup for whoever wins trivia. So, I mean, get ready. And let's dive in. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to pop to the question. It's going to be one question at a time. Read the question. When you feel like you have an answer, pop it into the chat for everyone to see. And we're going to tally points, and whoever is the winner at the end, we'll go for it. Let's see. You're saying unshare the screen, Jan? I was going to leave the screen share for the trivia so everyone can see it, if that helps.
Sorry. Okay.
No, you're totally fine. Just let me know if for some reason it's not working. let me know and we'll go from there. But we're going to be keeping an eye. So, Colin, are you ready? Do you have anything to say before we jump in?
No, I just want to make sure as we go through this trivia, as people, as you get these thoughts going, continue to write down questions, and any questions that you have, send in the group chat, or I'm sorry, send in the private chat to Shelby. We'll get to those afterwards. And even if we're not able to get to those, my personal Instagram is at GASSED, GASSED, up University. All right. And I'm completely okay with you all going on there, shooting me any questions that you have after this. Because, again, I want to make sure that I provide you all with as much value out of this hour as I can. So with that being said, let's see who's been listening.
Thank you, Colin. All right, let's jump into the first one. What are the 3 pillars to winning big? Colin covered this right at the beginning. So pop your answers in the chat, and we'll keep an eye out. We're giving you some time here. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, that was
fast. Ooh, melody, nice. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
So people were, I like this. Yeah. Nice.
There you go. Well, there you go, melody. All right. Does that look good to you, Colin?
Yeah, we've got to keep on again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? All right. On to number 2. How long should I plan out a system for my lifestyle changes? Who's got it?
Aha.
Oh, wait.
Jan got that one.
Jan.
Yeah.
Nice, Jan. Melody.
Learning how to type.
Coming in.
Close.
You got to get those fingers ready. All right. Number 3. What is more effective, diet or exercise or lifestyle changes?
Okay. Got one answer there. Oh. So, okay. So yes, we're going to have to go with all on this one here. I do understand that lifestyle changes are extremely important, but again, they all matter and we have to focus on all 3 of these things at once.
Tricky, Colin.
I know. I worded that one a little funky just to make sure that people actually had to take a second thought before they popped out that answer on that one.
I love it. All right, let's go to number 4. What 3 characteristics should your accountability partner hold?
My accountability partners undoubtedly hold all of these, don't you, Mrs. Allen? Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep.
Melody.
Now you got all 3?
Mel is on it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes, and I do want to point something out about this too. When I say accessible, let me tell you something. So with all of the hours and the craziness that I work out, et cetera, I am probably one of the most inaccessible, accessible people I know, because you can get in touch with me at any time, but you do not want to take advantage of someone's accessibility, because if they are really diving into you and they're pouring into you, and at any moment they feel like they're becoming more of a stepping stone than an accountability partner, people will pull back. So, be appreciative of the people that make themselves accessible, because they really mean to help. I promise. People's time in this day and age, when we dedicate that to people, Mel's up here at the gym all the time as well. I mean, we really do try to make sure people know that it is out of love, and people do love you if they're giving you that accessibility. So keep that stuff in mind.
Oh.
You're on mute, Shelby. You're on mute, Shelby.
Sorry, my
Shelby's so
computer
great
was. I was like, what's happening here? Well, hey, y'all already got it. All
Yeah,
calories
they got that
same,
one.
true or false? Oh man. All right.
That was the first
Awesome.
one there too.
All right. All right. Let's go on then. You ready? All right. Number
Yep.
6. True or false? Starvation is extremely harmful.
Yeah. Yeah, Jen.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And so to Bazzy, you're funny, man. Don't worry, Bazzy. It's starvation is I don't even remember how this got brought up actually. I just know that we tend to think that starvation leads to weight loss. That's what it was. Weight loss, fat loss, muscle loss. We gotta be cognizant of the fact that all these things are different. And so whenever you focus on weight loss, I know that starvation is a method that is preached by a lot of people who actually, I don't know anyone that starved themselves and lost weight healthy. I don't know anyone that did that. I know people that have had, ulcers from starving themselves. That these people were not in an overweight battle though. That's the thing, is we've got to get the people that really just need to tone their muscle to understand that that's what it is, versus we need to take some things out of us. Because again, think of the fact that fats are used as energies by our body. It's not always that we store this stuff. These fats are healthy things for us if we keep them in moderation and in a volume that we need personally. So starvation for me is never going to be the answer. It is extremely harmful, and it actually attacks your organs because you're not providing those energy sources, the glycose, the glucose sources, all the minerals. You're not providing your body with anything. So it strips the mineral rich organs from the things that they need to actually operate. This is a very big deal, very big deal.
Absolutely. All right. So fasting and starvation are different. True or false? We've got true. Colin?
Oh, my Lord. Yes, it is true. Yes. And I love the fact that people know this, because I do see a lot of intermittent fasting stuff ever since the start of COVID, just because that truly is a way that you can help, one, not only fuel your body properly, but fasting, you truly can, what I like to call, reorganize my energy sources, my internal energy sources. Because as you take away, let's say, the breakfast, the lunch that we're, again, so just used to going and getting, and you don't have to do this stuff forever, but it is always good to hit a reset button. And you get up, you make your smoothie. Sometimes you don't even know why you're making a smoothie. You're just standing there over the blender looking at this fruit and this ice and this protein that you just dropped in there, like, can dogs drink smoothies? Yeah. And that's where my breakfast, I don't eat breakfast anymore. And I'm not saying for you all not to, but just, understand that there are ways that you can hit reset buttons by not eating for certain periods of time. And those hours can go from not eating for 8 hours a day to not eating for what some extreme people do, not eat for 20 hours a day, or I don't know, there's some crazy people that don't eat for 23 hours a day. And I'm okay with calling people crazy, because I also know that I have my own crazy. So I'm completely okay with letting people know that is out there. But
That seems fair, Colin. That seems fair.
I'm always, again, this is all out of love, right? All out of love and respect. So no, but yeah, fasting, it's something that, when approached properly, can be a great tool in your health journey.
Awesome. All right. That closes out our
Shelby,
trivia.
you are a beast. I
Hey,
mean, hey,
Me, that was you.
thank you all, the team that helped put this together, each and every one of you. I mean, seriously, like with getting through this with this time, and y'all have helped so much. I'm so happy about this. This is great. Now
This
let's
was
get to
great.
this.
We hustled through. I know. All right, guys.
Have to give the winner of the trivia though, the grand
Well-
prize.
Well, I think we need to have like just a ultimate tiebreaker to see who was taking notes.
I know, because it
Oh.
seems
And-
like
And we need to go with
Sadat's like, I want to win.
Colin's 5 core values.
I like that.
I need Colin's 5 core values in the chat right now. Come on, Melody.
I was on it.
I know. Mel's like, who's?
Oh,
She is not playing. I saw her sit down with a notebook.
That's
too.
it. That was the most impactful thing for me, and I really wanted to hone back in on that, Colin.
yeah.
Absolutely.
awesome.
And you know, I'm more than happy to keep that conversation going. You know, we don't have to do it immediately, but I will say that those 5 core values are, I was asked about those in May of 2019. Before that, I did not have them. I may have had them subconsciously, but I had never actually thought about them and put them on paper. And since May of 2019, when I say that my life has changed drastically, not as the things that are coming to me, but as the person that I am and the person that people see me as. I mean, it's truly, I've gained a lot of respect because I just operate out of that. And I wouldn't, you know, I wasn't a disrespectful individual before I knew this, but I also wasn't treating everyone with the exact same level of respect. There was always some discrepancy there. There was always some favoring for people. And now I know why I'm on my mission, and I know that that is super important. So yeah, I'm more than happy after this to keep that conversation going. But any other questions?
Yeah. Does anyone have any? I mean, because I was so appreciative to Colin when he agreed to have this conversation, because I know I needed it. So I was like, even if no one else shows up, Colin, I'll be there, and you just talk to me, because this is important. I mean, the points that you touched on, Colin, were fantastic, and I've really appreciated it. So if anyone else has questions, go ahead. You can hop in, because I know I have a few too. So anybody else?
Hey, Colin, do you work
Yes.
out with a mask or without a mask?
I work out with a mask every day.
Good. How do you breathe?
Well, truthfully, I just look at it like elevation training. Honestly, that's something that's been a big issue with a lot of different places. Is, you know, not everyone wants to work out with the mask, and if you do not have the culture of you believe in what you're doing, it's really easy to let someone trample over you and say, I'm going to work out without my mask, and you let them do so. I don't do that. If you don't want to work out here under our rules, I'm more than happy to refund you your money and let you go work out somewhere else, because the reason that we're doing what we're doing is for the betterment of the community. And if you don't want to be a part of the betterment of the community, you don't necessarily fit my 5 core values or the values of this facility. So, you know, we've had a few conversations like that, but upon me having that discussion with individuals and letting everyone know that, I mean, this isn't out of comfort for myself. This is because none of us know what's going on right now. And it would be very irresponsible as a leader to say, I'm going to put you and everyone else at risk of something that I have no control over. And let me try to at least do the things that I can do to make sure you all are safe and that I can continue to provide this for you. And I think we have people in a lot better shape now.
Good answer.
Have you done any virtual training?
I'm actually about to launch my full-on virtual program February 1st. Last year, I was doing virtual for the clients that I had as we went through COVID. I wasn't to be completely honest, making money was not an interest of mine through COVID. So I kind of stayed away from the things that a lot of trainers were doing and really utilizing to make money because, and it's not that I don't need the money. It's just that I'm lucky enough to be in a position where my owner was able to help me out financially and able to let me do things out of the love and care of my heart versus the fact that I know I needed to pay my rent and I know I needed to do these other things. So now that I truly feel comfortable with the systems that we have in place now, with the people that we have around, with the opportunities, we will be launching a full virtual program through Body District. And that will also be me working with virtual coaches to get them in a position to expand their business.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you're actually one or two of the prizes that we have are for virtual trainings
Yep.
with Colin. So,
Yes, they are. Yep. And that so that will be what I'm going to do with that is make sure everyone knows that this is going through the app. It is called Trainerize. Okay, Trainer IZE. And when I tell you that this app has made my life, I started looking into it and I spent about 3 hours on it the first time I got on it because I got so excited for the things that I was about to be able to do for my clients, whether it was virtual training sessions or just even truly having an online business where I can help people train at home and do all these different things and incorporate different lifestyle integrations into people's lives and really help them understand without having to text me or call me or DM me or go all these different places. It's all right here. We can communicate in the app. I can change anything in a matter of seconds and you get it immediately. So that was a huge deal. And that's really why I'm now comfortable enough to launch a virtual system. I never want to do anything halfway. And I'm never going to charge someone for something that I do halfway. So that was, that was the premise behind not doing the virtual, but now that I know that we can present valuable information to people consistently, super excited to get that going.
awesome. I'm so excited. Well, any other questions, any other things that you guys want to ask Colin while he's here? I mean, he's the professional, he's knowledgeable, pick his brain while we've got a couple minutes here left.
I've got a question for everyone.
Shoot.
Y'all can just pop the answers anywhere. And I do want everyone to put their answer in the chat. What is the favorite thing about yourself right now? What's your favorite thing about yourself? Answer that in the chat, write it down. You have to answer this though. And the fact that we all have to think this hard about it is a problem. You know what I mean? Positive mindset, confidence. I love it. Yeah. Work ethic, love it. Work hard, love it.
Okay.
You already know. Determination, family motivation, love it. And see, these things play into those values every day, every single day. Now, again, ask yourself, what else am I appreciative of that I do every day? I ask myself this multiple times every day because I have to make sure that I am moving on my core values and I am helping the people that I want to help because ultimately that's my purpose. And so if I'm able to do that, I know that I'm living a fulfilling life. I don't have to be satisfied all the time because for me, it's about the story that's going to be told.
I have one question about your accountability partner. If
Yes.
you are struggling with having them be accountable, but you are like 100% dedicated, like what things can you do to, like, do you just find a new one? Like, what can you do to make them more accountable? So
I will say never, just in any other relationship, if someone is not putting in the effort that relationship needs for it to be mutually beneficial, I would have one really, really heartfelt conversation. One. And I would say, hey, look, in your words, obviously, but hey, I need to sit you down and let you know that this is something that's really serious to me. And it's not serious because I just want to do it. It's serious because it's going to change the next, can't tell you how many years of my life if I commit myself to this. And I have you as a part of this because I truly believe you can help me stay committed to this, and I can help you stay committed to your goals. So if we can't do that, I'd rather not stress our relationship over something that I truly need, because my necessities are not your obligation.
Yeah, great.
I've had to have a couple of conversations like that, and they're never fun, but they definitely understand.
Mhm. For sure. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other questions?
Great question, Kirsten.
Oh, there's one more question in the chat.
One more question in the chat, yeah. I have a question about how do you access new clients? What is your fitness specialty?
Ooh, well, I access new clients right now by just being a good person. No, that's really it. Like I don't do any kind of social marketing right now. I mean, I post things, but my specialty is truly just caring about the people and word of mouth. I mean, we've gotten to the point that I do know that once we start to generate marketing revenue and things like that, I mean, the business is going to skyrocket. And I had to make sure that I had the right people in place for that, because to me, it's all about the culture. I mean, I've been here 18 months, something like that, 19. And when I tell you it's been a 180 degree, maybe like 165, because I was still here back then, but it's been a culture flip. And the members come up to me, I mean, clients, trainers, they come up and they applaud it. And originally it was kind of uncomfortable for me because I don't like taking too much gratification, just because I feel like I got to keep going. But that is the best way to focus on finding new clients, is finding the people that love the same things that you're trying to give. And then from that, build within those communities, build within them. And I haven't sponsored a post on Facebook or Instagram in about 2 years. So, I mean, it's something very, very apparent to me that if you care about the people and you give more than you take, matter of fact, that's the answer. Forget everything else I just said. Give more than you take. Give more than you take, give more than you take, give more than you take. And then when you feel like you've given enough, give more. That is the answer to any kind of accessing clients question for me personally. But specializing, strength and conditioning, sports performance, and overall general health and wellness. Those are the things I specialize in. I don't like to say I'm a sports specific trainer. I'm not an anything specific trainer. I'm just here to provide people with valuable information that's going to help them live better longer.
Love it.
Thank you, Colin.
Absolutely.
Well, before we go, I want to talk about our prizes, and I'll be connecting with everybody who wins after. We'll be selecting some people at random. But for the trivia winner, drum roll, please. You guys might know who that is. Melody. Woohoo!
Melody
Good
killed
job,
it.
Mel.
You
Great
did
job, Melody.
every single
Melody.
one. So you'll be getting the full access programming with Colin. It's a 1
this
month
is gonna be
personal
fun.
training session, a 1 month nutrition program. We have 50% off of a rapid refine e-course by Power Portions, 1 month contact access and video response, and a 1 month exercise programming and recovery programming. Super generous. So congrats, Melody. And then
Congratulations.
afterwards, we're going to be doing a drawing for everybody that stayed on until now. Anybody now on at the end of this programming is eligible. So we have 2 people that will be winning a 30-day one-on-one training to be completed at Body District with Colin. And then we also have 4 other additional drawings. Colin is so generous. Thank you, Colin.
Absolutely.
3 of which will be getting a 30-day virtual training course with Colin. And then also, we also have an additional 12 Cuts Steakhouse gift card for one
Nice.
lovely person too. So we will
There you
be
go.
doing those drawings after this, and we'll be emailing you guys on the email that you registered with if you are the winner, and we'll be in touch. So thank you guys for coming today.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate everyone's attending. Again, thank you to Colin. You rock, you're amazing. We're going to continue the conversation forward. Success North Dallas Young Executives. We have another meeting coming up in February, so keep an eye out for that. Talking about forming healthy habits. So it's going to be great. I appreciate everyone. And again, thank you, Colin. You are the best. We appreciate you so.
We are all the best. I appreciate you all. And again, if anyone has any questions, you can find me on Facebook, Colin A. Ryson, or Instagram, Gassed Up University. And I mean, I'm not here to plug a bunch of products right now. Let's keep this going. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. I love all of you. I hope you hear that again today, but in case you don't, you heard it right now. So
Thanks, Colin.
Thanks,
Everyone have a
Colin,
good day.
excellent
Good job,
job,
Colin.
man. Excellent job. We'll be in touch.
thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.